So today's video is a little bit particular one, and this video is about my short review on theological books. I have been striving on theology, and theology cultivates my mind more ethically and mindfully. And today's video might be beneficial for you if you have a particular interest in spiritual journey. This video about kind of spirituality. So the first one is this. This is Leikon no Shiro. The author is Teresa of Avila, and the title Leikon no Shiro in English is Interior Castle, which is available in English. She described a deep state of spirituality in which she experiences some kind of void and empty and mysterious images, and which is a part of steps to the next deepened world, and in which she encounter God directly, and she described those paths in this book. And this book also echoes to these books, and this book written by John Cross. John Cross is a Carmelite, and this book is also written by John Cross. And Teresa of Avila is also Carmelite and Catholic saints, and John Cross is also Catholic saints, and he described dark night in which he encountered various emptiness, void, nothingness. He expressed those words in Spanish, nada, nada, nada. Nothing, nothing, nothingness, nothing. He is nothing, dust. He experiences spiritual thirsty, void, and emptiness, and nothing. And those spirituality is a very particular realm in Catholic theology, and those realm is a first step to next stage, that is called contemplation. Contemplation is a higher stage of meditation, and he described those process and steps. He teaches how to feel and how to live those experiences, and this is a very the kind of text which guides us how to treat our suffering. And the title is this is a dark night, and this is the Mount of Carmel. Both books are available at Amazon. So this is a Interior Castle, Teresa of Avila. So next book is this. This is written by Henri Nouwen. Henri Nouwen is a theologian and a professor of theology, and I teach at Theological school, and this is not academic one, but a light essay. He uses simple phrases and describe essence of Catholic spirituality by simple wording, and he was Dutch, but he maybe he wrote this book in English, and English is very simple, and he recommended us going to downward, not upward. Upward is a kind of financial success and higher position, higher kind of particular power. We all pass those realms. We want to go up to the higher space, but he recommended us go downside, in which we experience various poverty, thirsty, empty, void, and he expressed essence of the Bible, essence of Jesus preach is downward, in which where people feeling various suffering, and we but through which we find great meditative realm, meditative experiences, through which we become strong spirituality in spirits. So, and he was a professor of theology, but he also served at the welfare house, and where various people with handicap living, and he learned a lot from those people, and he learned a lot how to live in the poverty in spirits. This is very simple one, and this is also available at Amazon or as a retailer in the US. So the next one is this Christian spirituality. This is a textbook used for university, and the author is Lawrence Cunningham. Lawrence Cunningham is a theologian, and he wrote a lot of textbook used for university, and in this book he introduced some great spiritual masters, Avila of Teresa, John Cross, and Lisieux Therese, and Thomas Merton. Thomas Merton is a very famous figure and a spiritual master, and very famous in the US. And he introduced those spiritual masters and how to live, how to study the scripture as a spiritual journey, and he introduced a basic way of Christian theology, Christian spirituality. This is an introduction to Christian spirituality, which is benefit for those who just begin theological journey. Christian spirituality, and the next one is this is written by Thomas Merton. The title is The Bread in the Wilderness. Thomas Merton describes contemplation through reading scripture. He loves Psalm, especially he treats Psalm as a meditative text, and he regards Psalm is a root of liturgy. He describes liturgy is a root to the contemplation. The contemplation is a higher meditative stage, and Thomas Merton experiences those realms through reading Psalm, and he introduced his journey into journey into this book, and which is spiritual books. Very interesting, and but this is readable. Kind of collection of short essays, which is readable. And the next one is this is also Thomas Merton's book, and the title is The Seven Storey Mountain. This is a very famous book, and Thomas Merton is a very famous spiritual author, spiritual master in the US, and he also, but he experiences some agonish suffering and spiritual thirsty in his young age, and he also committed great sin in his young age at the university, and those suffering, agonish, spiritual thirsty leads him to Catholic, and he, after converted to the church, and he began to read a lot of books about Catholic spirituality, and he also described how difficult and how tough Catholic journey is, and but after becoming a priest and a monk and living in the monastery, he began his essential journey to the contemplation. This is a beginning. This is a kind of the beginning of his journey to contemplation. This book is not for contemplation, but this is book for those who interested in kind of how to live in the spiritual journey, and this is a book for beginners. But the writing style, his writing style is maybe old-fashioned or obsolete. I don't know how to express his writing. I have limitation in English, but his writings may be old-fashioned or obsolete as a literature, as a kind of a fiction compared to fiction novels nowadays, and but his writing style is also beautiful for me, and which is good for you if you're interested in world literature. And this is kind of represented books of a particular age. He is a great meditator and contemplator. But this is not for contemplation. This is books for meditation journey. So the next book is, sorry for my clumsy English. I have a limitation in my English, but I enjoy this video. So next book is this. This is a Japanese one. The author is Japanese, and this is Yanagita Toshihiro Yanagita, and the title is 神を追い越さない. Literal mean is don't pass away God, or don't go over God, maybe. Mean literally mean feeling God in now here, like a Buddhist, and because he learned a lot from Buddhist meditation. He also started Buddhist-like meditation as a temple, and he also absorbed a lot of knowledge, a lot of experiences through the particular meditation, and he also applied those knowledge to Catholic meditation, and he mingled those experiences into one. Buddhist, Christian, and mingle and one, which is if you are a conservative one or kind of evangelicals and or conservative Catholic, this kind of perspective is not acceptable. But in Japan, Japanese Catholics tended to be liberal more than conservative, and they prefer thinking widely beyond the barrier between Buddhism or Christianity or Shintoism or Christianity. They prefer thinking beyond those barriers, and sometimes they try to mingle those various religious norm, religious idea, religious thoughts. They mingle those ideas into one, and begin particular meditation in their way. And he is also that kind, and he is a Jesuit, and he also expertise on spiritual exercise, which is written by Ignacio Loyola. I forget the name in English. Ignacio Loyola, very famous figure, and he also experiences spiritual exercise, but also he tried to mingle those ideas. But also he is a disciple of Thomas Aquinas, and he learned a lot from Thomas Aquinas, and he tried to mingle Buddhism and Thomas Aquinas, and he mingled into one, and he meditate new version of kind of particular thoughts, and he meditate those words. But is very interesting. But this is not yet translated in English, and but maybe if you are evangelical or kind of conservative Catholic, this is not this is not acceptable. But I like it. So this is next is very thick book. This is our pages, 700 pages, and in Japanese, and this is this kind of book, and the title is キリスト教神学入門. The English title is The Introduction of Christian Theology. The author is Arias Magras. I borrowed from a library, and I often go to library, and I often read this at the library. And I almost finished this book, but this this book consume your energy and consume your time because very sick and marvelous try to encompass whole Christian theology, Marvelous encompass whole history of theology. This is not Christian history. This is about history of theology, and he treats from church fathers to Karl Barth, and he also mentioned especially Catholic great theologians such as Thomas Aquinas, Augustine, and so on. And he also mentioned nowadays particular phenomena. For example, how to think about other religion theologically. How to think other religion. How do you think about Buddhism? How do you think about Shintoism? How do you think about Muslim as a theological view? He also mentioned those things, and probably Arias Marvelous is nowadays representative theologian in our age, and he is a great theologian, and he is an Anglican pastor, Anglican theologian, not Catholic, and but Anglican Church related to Catholic tradition, Catholic theology, and he also positively affirm Catholic theology. But this book consume your energy and your time, and the English title is The Introduction of Christian Theology. In Japanese is キリスト教神学入門 Alistair McGrath. And so I forget this. This is book about spiritual book written by Kakichi Kadoaki. He is also Jesuit and expertise of spiritual exercise, written by Ignacio Loyola. I forget the pronunciation in English. Ignacio Loyola, spiritual exercise, and he also expertise of those essence. And but he was kind of meditator of Zen Buddhism, and he also scholar of Zen Buddhism, and he compares Catholic mysticism and to Zen emptiness. He compared to Catholic spiritual journey to Zen's discipline, and which is very difficult subject because we cannot experience both spiritual Christian spirituality and Zen emptiness, because if you have a particular image, particular belief in Christianity, it is equal to you cannot experience Zen's emptiness, because Zen's emptiness is I don't know. I cannot explain this game in English because still I don't yet arrange those image. So, but he researched those realms and Catholic mysticism, especially so spiritual exercise, and he researched those realms and Zen's emptiness. Very difficult, and but I do not yet finish this book. The title is 全仏教とキリスト教神秘主義。全仏教とキリスト教神秘主義。Literally mean is that Zen Buddhism and Christian mysticism. Very big subject. Hard to accomplish. So the last one is this, but I do not finish this book, but I just start read this journey. This book is not Catholic, but this book about Protestantism, and book is Karl Barth, Church Dogmatics. Church Dogmatics is a very big one, contains, so I don't know, contain maybe 10, I don't know, 20 books or of these books, and but he did not complete this series of books, and before he completed this, he died. And Karl Barth is a representative Protestant theologian, great theologian in 20th century, and he also famous as a resistance to Nazi Germany, and he wrote this in Germany. He wrote this in German, but he was a Swiss. And but this book is also this book resist your understanding. This book resists your easy understand, because this is an English book, the English translated version, but this English is very hard to understand, because original text in German is so super hard to understand. His writing says ambiguous, and complex, difficult, and like resist our resist our understand in short. So, but I cannot explain this book, but because I just start this journey, and but he was a very famous figure as a resistance to the Nazi Germany, and he was a professor or and theological professor of theology at the university in Germany, and but he was expelled from the Germany because he resisted Hitler, and he organized kind of a healthy church, resist to Nazi Germany. German people believe in God, resist to Nazi, and Karl Barth is Swiss and lived in Germany, and he also organized those church, and he also related to Bonhoeffer. Bonhoeffer is a very famous figure in Protestant theology, and he related to those theologians and organize church to resist Nazi Germany. German people resist to Nazi Germany, Hitler, resist to Hitler, and we Japanese have to learn those specific phenomena because we Japanese we didn't have those history in our modern history because Japanese didn't resist to military fascism. We just obey, we just followed, we just support those kind of military fascism in Japan, and even church in Japan support and follow Japanese fascism. This is negative, but many Japanese Christians learned from him, and Karl Barth resist strongly Nazi Germany, and he also posted a letter in which he recommend some theological books. He posted letter to Hitler. He posted letter to Hitler, and he recommend Hitler to read theological book. You read this. You are not Christian, he said Hitler in the letter. He is a kind of a person, and I respect him. But anyway, I cannot express his thought in detail. My English, very limited, and but anyway, today I introduce some books which is very useful for your spiritual journey. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching.